Beneath the Facade is the movie I'm reviewing today, and this movie can be found on Bolajai Ogunmola TV, executive produced by Bolajai Ogunmola Network. Recap of this movie talks about a holy man who got married to a beautiful young lady, and in their 2 to 3 years of relationship, nothing like sexual bedmatics happened. And of course, according to him, oh, Christians do not do this before marriage. They got married 3 years, 2 years in the marriage again. No bedmatics activities. Problem deal. So yes, basically this movie talks about a man who deceived a young lady into marriage without telling her about his sexual weaknesses. Is this marriage going to stand the test of time with this particular lie? Watch the movie called Beneath the Facade on Bolajai Ogunmola TV. What I like about this movie, the storyline is different from the usual one we know on YouTube. But this is a conversation that mostly a lot of people don't talk about it on YouTube. So I'm happy that Ogunmola decided to talk about it. Sexual weaknesses, like people who have sexual problem. You have childbearing problem and you don't talk to your spouses before getting them into marrying you and hiding this trivial thing from them, lying to them. This is ground for divorce anyway, guys. This is a good movie. This is a good story. I really like that. Another thing I like about this movie is acting. Oh, I like the acting on this set. My favorite characters in this movie is Bolajai herself. The pregnant woman. She was pregnant, but she didn't allow any pregnancy to hold her back. The way she was giving it to her in-law, which of course she didn't know that the problem was her own brother. Guys, you need to watch how Bolajai was really angry in this movie. As usual, she's always shouting, angry, and giving her 2 cents in every situation. So this was not any different from what you usually see her acting. This was a little bit intense as well because she was pregnant and she was using that pregnancy as an excuse for her intense behavior towards her in-law, and that was really nice to see. Then of course also Teniola, she is also becoming a very good face on YouTube. I think she's had about good 3-4 movies so far on YouTube, which is really good, and this one is also on top of the list. She was really good at this movie. She was a frustrated wife. She said, what exactly is going on? Can I sustain this? Can I live with this forever? She was really able to bring out that anger, that frustrated wife anger thing out, and I really like the way she acted as well. Then we talk about Chai. This lady, at first I thought she was a small girl. I was thinking she was at the same age range with Angel and Treasure. This lady is old. I'm sure she'll be in her mid-20s to 30s even. Anywho, I love Chai. She was that friend that was like, if you can't do it anymore, leave. What till you did? What are you wasting your time in this marriage for? She was giving that Gen Z kind of advice. This movie had that element in it. So I love Chai's character. I love Teniola, and of course I love Bolajai acting as well. So those are the characters I really like in this movie. And finally, also I like Dike. This man was just gaslighting and making the wife believe that she was the problem. She was the cause of not them having sexual activities and whatnot. This movie, the characters brought in their A game. That was really nice. Then I love the location for this movie. There's a segment on YouTube that certain productions are good to certain location. When it comes to location, there are so many locations, per Lagos that they always shoot in. But as usual, they are always limiting themselves to very boring and the same location. So when it comes to location, Bolajai does her best in giving us beautiful location, especially the houses. Is not mostly repeated. You know what I mean? If you guys know, you know. If you have been following YouTube movies, you know what I'm talking about. So her location for Dike's house we've seen it before, but for her own house, that's Bolajai's house, we haven't. And the house was really airy, opened. I really like that location. Of course, the therapy sessions and hospital as well as outside shots, they were pretty cool. So Location for this movie was nice. I like that. Then we talk about the time. Oh, I've been saying, I think some of you have been saying that why should a movie not be 2 hours long? Why do I complain that a movie is too long? Why should it? Look, I complain about 2 hours because the movies on YouTube do not make sense most of the time. The movies are repetition, the storyline are the same, change of characters, like no creativity, no twist, nothing to hold on to. The acting, the storyline does not invoke emotion whatsoever. Like in a month, we can have all movies posted terrible on YouTube and it doesn't make sense. So why should I waste 2 hours plus on the same repeated storyline but different production? Why should I do that? So yes, I have to complain. We don't need 2 hours to tell us the same storyline all the time. On YouTube, we don't. So for a good movie like this that has different storyline, that have a different conversation practically, it's not the same poor person marrying a rich or rich person marrying it's not like that. So why won't I complain if a good movie like this is not even 1 hour 15 minutes, it's not even 1 hour 40 minutes, guys? It's like 1 hour 27 or 30 minutes mass, and it's interesting. The characters were interesting. Why won't I complain that I hate 2 hours movies? So guys, yes, if you guys don't know, 2 hours movies, and when I know where the direction the storyline is going, when I've seen the storyline before, I know how it ends, I do not waste 2 hours of my time watching it. I just know, I just concentrate on what I like about it and what I do not like, and I do my reviews and tell you whether you will waste your own time watching such a storyline or not. So this is highly recommended. The time was really good, and that was something I like about this movie. You enjoy a good story with good location, and of course you won't waste much of your time doing so. So yes, Beneath the Facade is showing on Bolajai Ogunmola TV. What I do not like about this movie. First, I'll talk about the cinematography for this movie. I'm so disappointed in the cinematography because Bolajai do have better cinematography in most of her movies or some of her movies. So for a movie good like this, I expected the cinematography to be crisp, picture quality on point, but that did not happen for this movie. I had this Uchenna Bunabo kind of theme going on. The color scheme for this movie was something I do not like. Maybe someone may like it, but I do not like this color scheme. Next thing, which is the frame size for a movie like this. I was so disappointed. This movie had a very terrible frame size. This is not the right frame size for a YouTube video or YouTube movie. YouTube video basically, and I wasn't happy. I hate the frame size for this movie. Basically, those are the things I do not like about this movie. And on that note, I'll rate this movie a 7/10. If you haven't watched Beneath the Facade, do all to watch. It's on Bolajai Ogunmola TV. Thank you guys so much for the support, and thank you for watching this video. I'll see you all in my next movie review.